Rahul here, Punch Out Boxing. Here with Devsahni, aka Dave Sahni, according to my colleague and Zhang. Great to have you back. Let's just review this card. Lived up to its own magnificent seven.
Yeah.
Was magnificent. Starting down sort of at the domestic level, Owen Cooper.
Yeah. He is. He's a pocket rocket, and a bit of a breakout performance tonight for Owen Cooper. He had Ethan James in trouble early on, and kept landing. Ethan James looked like he'd grown back into the fight, and he was doing very well at times. But Owen Cooper ultimately just kept landing, very clean, very flush, and the corner had seen enough, and probably a good decision. So well done, Owen Cooper, English welterweight champion. I haven't had a chance to speak to him or see any interviews. I don't know what he wants to do next, but congrats to him.
Indeed. Pierce O'Leary, I was really impressed because a hard fight, what you
Mm.
need, but was still able to pull out the big punch late in a fight
Yeah.
which was back and forth.
It was a hard fight. It was a great fight. It was a grueling fight in which he had to have his whiskers tested as well. His chin got checked a few times. Let's see what sort of chin you've got. But he checked the other guys too. And when he kept checking it, hey, the other guy had to check out in the end. So it was a brilliant performance in the end from Pierce O'Leary, and got a very good super lightweight.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm really high on the idea of him against Dalton Smith in this proposed 5v5. I don't know how much you know about that, but he says he wants the EBU title. Looks like Adam Azim not going to exercise his mandatory with Dalton.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's happening in all of that situation, but I know that Pierce O'Leary is not a guy to say no to any fights with Adam Azim, Dalton Smith. He'll fancy his chances, and his backers will fancy their chances too.
Indeed. The two super bantamweights both stake their claims again. Again, possibly for being on that 5v5 against Matchroom Shabab Masood. Yeah, I mean, where do they both go from here? McCann and Liam Davies both put on great performances, different performances, but
Yeah, well, with Dennis McCann, he's the unbeaten British and Commonwealth Super Bantamweight champion. That's a great position to be. Liam Davis is the IBO World Champion. But there's plenty of stuff beyond this 5v5. We don't even know what the weights are for the 5v5, so Super Bantamweight may not even be a thing. So plenty of options for these guys going forward. Two unbeaten fighters. I can't imagine they'll fight yet. I think Liam Davis currently is just operating at a level above, but you just never know, do you?
and as he said, Inoue's going to duck him. We know that he's going
Yeah,
to move up, but
yeah.
by the end of the year, those four belts will probably become vacant. Do you expect Liam Davis to probably be in a world title fight by the end of the year?
I feel it's inevitable. The way he is performing right now, and he's got that IBO world title, which is a piece of the jigsaw at the top. Um, I just feel like his rise is just it's meteoric right now, and he looks to be an unstoppable force. Inoue does as well. I'd love to see them fight, and Liam Davis would love to see that fight as well. He's described it as he wants to find out if he can be knocked out. Well, Inoue would be a good way to find out whether or not you can be knocked out. I love the idea of that fight.
Joe Joyce, a lot of people critical of it, but he had an opponent who just came to survive and weren't able to. Is that just blow the cobwebs off and then try and get back in the mix?
I think so. Look, it's ultimately it's a TKO win for the Juggernaut after two back-to-back losses. So it's him getting back at it, and that's what he needed to do tonight. He needed to get a win, ultimately knock the fella out, and move on. I would imagine if he had someone maybe that he feared a little bit more than Cash Ali in front of him, he would have put more into it, not come in at a career heavy, probably gone to Vegas to train with Salas, but he did it all in the UK. It's dusted off the cobwebs. Let's see what's next.
And that main event, well worthy of that classic Lonsdale belt. A lot of us at ringside thought Nathan got away with it a bit. Maybe the crowd helped get him through a couple of those very rocky moments. And I don't know about lucky, but wouldn't have begrudged Pauls if he'd got the decision.
I thought Heaney nicked it, to be honest. I know there were rocky moments for Nathan Heaney in the sense that he's like Rocky as well. But there were moments where he was wobbled, but that doesn't just like win the fight because he got wobbled a couple of times. He's still won more rounds than Brad Pauls. That's how fights are scored. It's round by round, and I just think he won more rounds than Brad Pauls. But credit to Brad Pauls, and it was a draw, wasn't it? I'm thinking like Heaney got the decision, but no, it was a draw. So who knows what will happen there?
I mean, that potential world title fight for Nathan, he's earned it. And Janibek, he's not the monster we probably thought he was a few fights back. With 30,000, 40,000 Stoke City fans roaring him on,
Yeah,
that'll be a hell of a night.
It would be a hell of a night. Any night in Stoke will be a hell of a night. Hopefully we get to see it soon.
All right, Dev, thanks for staying late, and I'll see you next Friday.
See you next Friday. All right.